I wanted to take a minute and share with you what I remember from the day after the ERCP was performed. And I suffered from the complication of the splenic laceration. I woke up the morning of the 25th feeling good, feeling hopeful that the stents placed in my common bile duct and my pancreatic duct were going to help relieve the pain and symptoms that originally took me to the hospital. Late morning, I started to experience some vaginal bleeding and some pretty intense pain in the abdomen, at which point they came in and did a physical examination. I remember telling the nurse and the team that was in there at the time that I felt a pop in my stomach at this point. My symptoms continued to get worse throughout the day. At 1:17 p.m., they sent me for a CAT scan. There were no acute findings that came back. They continued to run several blood tests. My hemoglobins dropped from 11.5 to 7.5, at which point my condition became emergent. The pain was unbearable. They called the trauma response team and transferred me to the ICU, where I received 2 units of blood while they were still looking for the cause of the problem. I received the first 2 units of blood around 6:30 p.m. Around 8:30 p.m., they sent me for a second CAT scan, which showed the splenic laceration and the massive subcapsular hematoma, splenic hematoma. At which point they had decided they were going to do a splenic artery embolization. I remember being in the hallway with my nurse just begging for death, and the team talking to me about the procedure and how it's normally done under local anesthesia, but I would need to be able to hold my leg down throughout the procedure, which due to the pain, there was no way. So I had to wait on the anesthesia team to come in so the procedure could be done under general anesthetic. And during that time frame, I required an additional 2 units of blood around 11:30 p.m. And they finally performed the splenic artery embolization around 12:26 a.m. on January 26th. I was kept in the ICU for a few days before being released to the floor and discharged from the hospital on January 30th, I believe. The entire experience was traumatic, to say the least, and I'll continue to share what I can.